In this video, I'll illustrate the new design time support for nested master pages that comes with Visual Studio 2008. So let's fire up Visual Studio 2008. Say create a new website. And delete the default.aspx page because when we create pages, we're going to derive from master pages. Now, since we're working with site design here, we're going to need a design to start with. And since I'm not much of a designer, I've selected a design from opensourcewebdesigns.org, oswd.org. And the one that I've chosen for the demo is this Apple Core design, which looks like this. So I've downloaded this design, made some changes to the text to meet the context of the technology that we're working in. So let's go ahead and look at the version that I've downloaded and updated. So you notice here I've added a ASP.NET extensions for Ajax title, and there are some ASP.NET Ajax specific links up here, as well as some menu items here. We have the hover over effect, and we get this because of the style sheet that comes with the design that we downloaded from oswd.org. So basically there are three content areas here that we're interested in. One is, of course, this area here, this main area, and this is the area whose content will be provided by each of the pages that we create. The other two areas are this top section here, so from these menu items up, and we want this to appear on every single page in our application. Also, there's this left column that has some additional links, a search box area, and we want this left column to appear on most, but not all of the pages in our site. So there's going to be some pages where we want to be able to use 100% of the horizontal screen real estate that's available. So we're going to inherit this upper content on every single page in our site, and we want also to include this left column on most of the pages in our site. So we'll accomplish this by using two master pages, one for this top content and one for the left column content that also inherits the top content. So let's go ahead and look at the HTML file that defines that page that we were just looking at. If we open it up here, you see it's just plain HTML, has a reference to a main.css file. Then we have the header section, right? So the first master page will include content that includes both the CSS inclusion, those links at the top, the title section of our page. We could also include a banner ad there, what have you, down to about here. So this includes the link buttons. So we're going to use this top section for our first master page. Then secondarily, we're going to use this left column area, which has all of the left columns as well as the search box. We're going to use that for the left column area in our second master page. And I've pre-cut those as snippets into Visual Studio just for the sake of simplicity. So since we're going to use those, the first thing that we'll need to do here in our Visual Studio solution is to include that CSS file. So let's do that. Now that we've got the CSS file there, let's create our first master page by right-clicking on our project, saying Add a New Item. We'll choose Master Page, and we'll just call this Site.Master, since this is a master page that we want to use across every page in our site. And we're going to cut and paste from the design that we downloaded from oswd.org. So I'm going to get rid of the content that gets dropped in for us by default, and I'm going to use I'm going to paste in the HTML markup that we grabbed from the open source web design. So notice here that we have this reference to the main.css file, which we included in our project. Just going to fix a little formatting issue here. And now when we look at what we've got in the master page so far, you can see that we've picked up all the look and feel. Here is our title design. Here are links at the top. Here are our link buttons here. Here we've got a little copyright information that will appear at the bottom. The one thing that we're missing is a content placeholder in our site.master page. So we need that placeholder so that derived pages can insert their own content. So let's put a content placeholder right here in between the top and the bottom divs. And we'll just call that content place main. And now if we hop back over into design mode, it's a little tough to see, but if you look right over here you can see where this area is content place main, the one that we defined in our source view. And there's no content in here, so it doesn't take up any space on the page. But now we're ready to save this master page and then create another master page that derives from our site.master. So to do that, let's go ahead and again right-click on our project, say Add a New Item. We're going to select a master page, and even though we're creating a master page in this case, we're going to check the Select Master Page checkbox so that we can derive in this master page from the previous master page. And let's just change the name here to be left column master. Right? And we're going to select site.master to be the one that we want to derive from. And notice here that we have this content section, which we'll call content 1, and its content placeholder is content place main that we derived from the previous placeholder. And let's just give that a name that makes some sense. And now we can snip out of our original design. We can grab this text that the text that we want to use and insert in there, which is going to be our left column. Let's just make this well-formed XML while we're here. Okay. Now if we hop over into design mode, you can see here, now notice this is still a master page, so we can't edit in this area. We can't edit in the top area because we derived that from another master page, but we can edit the left column here to our heart's desire so that we can get things to look just exactly the way that we want. So we've got the look that we want here for our left column, but we're missing an area for user-defined content in the derived pages. So because we want to position that, let's add a div, and then inside that div we'll add a content placeholder, and this is where we'll be able to place the content that's from the derived pages. So just call that content place text. Now the other thing we want to do here is we want to position this. We want to position this so that this is all to the right of, so that the derived content, the content that's going to be in the pages that derive from this master page, is on the right, and that the column is on the left. So in this div, we're going to specify a class attribute, and in our class attribute, we're just going to say float right, and let's make it. Let's just tell that to float right. Okay. Now we can save that, and we can create a derived page. So let's go ahead and say add a new item, and in this case it's going to be web form. We'll leave it default.aspx. So we're going to say select a master page. Now in this case we have two master pages to select from, site master and left column master. We want to use left column master, which we'll remember inherits all of the design from site master itself. And so once we've done this, now we can hop into design mode, and we have this area where we can place our custom content. So to do that, let's insert a table just for just to get started, and we'll just make it a 1-by-1 column table just for markup purposes. So here in our default.aspx page, actually a couple things we're going to need first. We're going to need a form, since our master pages just have links, and we didn't want. We're going to have the form live right here on in our default.aspx page. So let's just define a form, and we'll call it form 1. And of course, it's an ASP.NET application, so it's going to be run at server. And then let's just the table goes inside the form. Now, we're also going to need inside our form, we're going to need a script manager because we'll make this an AJAX-y type application. So let's pop that in. In addition to the script manager, then let's add an update panel. Our update panel, of course, is going to require a content template. So let's add a content template. Now we can put our table inside our form, and we should be able to go ahead and write the code the way that we want. And our table here, let's see, the only thing I care about, we don't care about the width here. The only thing I do care about is let's set the alignment equal to center, just so that we can more readily see the controls that we're going to be working with. So inside the table, let's use some standard ASP.NET controls. We'll start with the text box, and we'll do just sort of the, sort of the basic AJAX demo that you're probably used to seeing. So we'll also add a button, and then in addition to the button, we'll add a label. And then notice here we've got, if you're new to Visual Studio 2008, we've got the split view here where we can see our effects on design at the same time that we're writing the code. And let's just make these all the same width, I suppose. So get rid of the text, and now we can program that button, and we'll just say label 1 dot text equal text box 1 dot text. Right, so let's run. You'll note here we have our design. We've picked up the site.master at the top here by inheriting our page from the left column master, which gives us all of these nice link buttons here, as well as our search box. And here in our main content area, we're writing our AJAX-enabled web application. So hopefully this gives you an introductory idea of how to get started with nested master pages, and the fact that design time support for nested master pages really gives us a WYSIWYG mechanism for building our sites, but using the design time experience that will show us exactly how things are going to look really takes our ability to customize the look and feel of our application using the design time support that we've come to expect in Visual Studio to the next level using Visual Studio 2008.